say who you are, or do you want to be anonymous?
Oh, no, you can say who I am.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is fyingveda. Round of applause, warm welcoming for fyingveda. Now you have a toxic ex story, a horror date story, an embarrassing moment. What's going on?
So I'm going to call this the PTSD date because I was just actually thinking about it this morning, and it almost brought tears to my eyes just thinking about how terrible it was.
Chet, do you have any date that makes you feel this way when you think about it? Just a simple yes or no. How many other people in here have something that was so bad that when they think about it, they're like, it fucks you up? Not a date, but a guy. Yes. Look at this. How fucked up is this? This is fucking Valentine's Day. Other people, there's some guy out there right now that's like in the middle of feeding his wife fucking a chocolate dipped marshmallow. And then all of us are like sitting around telling these fucked up horror stories. It's very interesting how this works. Tell us what happened.
So, when you meet someone in an innocent way and you think that the date is going to be great and it's an absolute nightmare. So that's what happened. So I really wanted pizza one day and I went to this rooftop bar that's over a marina. It's really scenic and it's just really pretty. So it's very busy also.
You went to a rooftop bar for fucking pizza?
Yeah, it's just like that.
All
it's like this... It's a brewery too, and they give you these bracelets and you scan them and you can pour as much beer as you want.
Kind of cool. If you're a fucking alcoholic or if you like to drink.
I mean, I go there for the pizza.
I didn't mean that. If you like to drink, that's cool. Okay, carry on.
Okay, so this guy sits by me and he is there with an elderly couple and he explains to me that it's his dad's retirement party and that they just moved here from Georgia and I'm in Florida. And the reason that they moved here is because his dad's retiring in Florida and he asked me out. So I'm thinking this is going to be a cool date, and he said, I don't really know the area. You can pick what we're doing. So I decide that we're going to go to a street festival. And I think this is a great first date.
Is this immediately after, is this in the moment you're like, let's go to a street festival? Or is this like you met the guy there and now it's a different day and you're going on a first date?
So we texted for about 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
And he'd asked for my number because he said, I would like to take you out on a date. And I'm like, okay, sweet, I'll give you my number. Cool. So we texted for a few days. And then he said, you think of something cool to do because I literally don't know this area. And I'm like, well, Friday there's a street festival. And he's like, well, it sounds cool. So I thought this was going to be a wholesome thing to do. Vendor events, bands outside. All of the bars and restaurants are open. There's like mini golf. I thought he would like it, right?
Yeah.
So, mind you, when I met him, he was stone cold sober and it was daytime. He was the designated driver driving for his parents, okay? Mm-hmm. So he saw me in broad daylight. And, I'm not an egotistical person, but I'm not an unattractive person. I try my best to put myself together in a nice way. And he already knew what I looked like because he met me sober in broad daylight. So I was very excited to go on this date. And, when someone's face falls when they see you, when you could just tell that they're disappointed with your looks, that's what happened as soon as he saw me. So that was not good.
You saw his disappointment in your looks?
Yes.
Oh, man.
His face literally fell. And I was wearing small high heels. And the first thing he did was he made fun of me for wearing high heels and told me that it was stupid for me to wear high heels because we were going to be walking. Oh. And I said, well, they're really low. I think I'll be okay. And I tried to shrug it off. I was like, well, maybe you'll need to hold my hand then if you think I'm going to fall. He did not like that. He started walking ahead of me, very fast, which I thought was weird.
Wow, fucking asshole, God.
Yeah, it was bad energy from the get-go. And he didn't want to like look at anything going on at the street festival, like the whole point while we were there. He was like racing past all the vendor booths, didn't want to stop and listen to the band, didn't want to stop and see the things people were selling. Like, I was like, what are we doing, right? So he takes us straight to a restaurant and we get sat. And the first thing he says to the server is, "We are not eating. We are just drinking." So,
wow, like, what a fucking dick, dude. Because he doesn't want to pay for food. Lame as fuck. Booze in the chat already, booze.
Yeah, and I mean,
we're just getting drinks and we're leaving. Okay.
I didn't want to assume, you know? So, like, I ate a little bit beforehand because you never want to assume on a first date. But, I mean, I might have suggested that we split an appetizer or something, but I wasn't going to, like, go full dinner, especially not with the vibe he was giving.
Yeah, fuck.
So he starts hitting on the server to the point where she feels so uncomfortable that she just starts straight up talking to me to try to, like, smooth things over.
Wow.
And he starts drinking super fast. He asked her what beer had the highest alcohol content, huge red flag. And he probably had 3 or 4 of those, and he was drinking them like water. I've never seen someone drink beer this fast. So then, as we were texting, he told me what his job was, and he made his job sound really fancy. Like, he said that he was like a facilities logistics coordinator for a chain of nursing homes.
Turns out he works at a fucking Arby's.
Well, almost. He was a maintenance guy for a nursing home back at home. It was not a chain, and he just didn't have a job anymore and needed to find one here. And the more he's talking, the more he's drinking like a fish, he seems a little lost. And he just starts blabbing, and he's like, "I was in North Carolina for 2.5 years. And I'm like, "Okay, what were you there for?" He's like, "Well, I was in an inpatient alcohol rehab." And I'm like, "Okay, we didn't have to be drinking. I kind of wish you would have like told me that because I wouldn't have picked something like this, you know?" So he then tells me he's on a drug named naltrexone. So naltrexone is for extreme alcoholics, and the whole point of it is that you never get drunk on this. So that's why he was drinking like crazy, and he asked for the strong beer. Okay, so all that happened.
Dumb guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's all that. So then I go to the bathroom, and when I come back from the bathroom, there is a girl talking to him, and they're like heavily flirting. So at this point, I'm just ready to implode the whole thing. So I just introduce myself to her and just insert myself in the conversation. And she seemed like really awkward about it. Like, it was like really obvious to me that he got her number. Like, it just seemed that way. Like, I got that vibe, right? So he also told me something very bizarre, and I'm just thinking at this point, this person is insane. I don't know how he got on this topic, but he was telling me that the facial structure of a man changes if he sleeps with another man. And I was trying to explain to him that this wasn't scientifically possible, and this sounded insane. Like, I was ready to go. I was like, this is just horrible. Like, what are you saying?
What, like they end up with a slit in their eyebrow or something?
He was trying to say the structure of their jaw changes biologically because of it. And I was just like, I don't even know how you got on this subject. Like, this is just weird. Like, I can't, like, I got to get out of here, you know?
Yeah.
So I explained to him I got to get out of here. And we're walking back, and we pass by a sushi restaurant, and he's being totally serious. He's like, "Oh, we should go there sometime." And I'm thinking, do you think this is going well? Because this is like the worst date I've ever
There's a second date for you.
Oh. No, I know. So this festival gets crowded, and I had explained to him if it gets too crowded, he had to park 5 minutes across the street at this hospital, right?
Yeah.
So he asks me for a ride back to his car. Now, I don't want to do this, okay, at all. I want him gone, but I'm just like, I need him out of my life, so I'm going to agree to this, right? And out of nowhere, I'm giving him a ride back to his car. And he just says out of nowhere, "How old are you anyway?" Like in a mean way. And I said, "I'm 44, because I am." And he flips out. And he's like, "What? What did you just say? You fucking tricked me." And he turned around in the passenger seat of my car and punched the headrest of my car.
What the dude? This guy's got major problems.
I was scared. I opened my door, and because he told me he was 38, and I said, "Big deal. My last ex was 38. But before he got out of my car, he was like, "You fucking tricked me. You know, you made me think you were younger." I'm like, "I never said anything about age, and neither did you. You met me in broad daylight. I don't know why you're acting like this or
Yeah,
why you've acted like this the whole time. Yeah, I was like, "Get out of my car, dude." So
Wow.
he leaves. He leaves. I think I'm done with this guy forever. And he has the nerve to text me the next day. And what he texted me sucked. He texted me a link to an Andrew Tate video that explained what kind of woman men are looking for.
Just when you thought it couldn't get worse, it got real fucking bad. That's about the worst thing you can text a girl after a fucking second date. Look at Chad is going crazy. Boo the fuck out of this man. Boo the fuck out of this shit. Wow.
Yeah.
What a fucking loser, dude. I'm so sorry that you had this fucking... I feel like I just went on a shitty date just from hearing you.
I mean, like, I can't believe it actually happened. It sounds like some bullshit that I made up. Like, I remember, like, just when I walked out of that bathroom and saw him flirting with that girl, I was like, there is no fucking way he's flirting with another girl on this date right now. Like, are you serious?
That's so
I did not text him back because I knew I would just be so mad by whatever he said. I didn't want to trigger myself.
Yeah, dude, that's 2 stories in a row almost of people hitting on other people. Spoopy just talked about how that guy was hitting on girls at the fucking Hooters. What the fuck's going on? That was also a little bit of a voice crack there. But Jesus Christ. Listen, prayer hands, pray for Flying Veda. Pray that you fucking find someone that treats you the way you deserve, because you're fucking hilarious. You're 44. You're pulling guys that are younger than you. They thought you. He's mad because he didn't know you were 44, which means you probably look like you're 25. You're hilarious. I love every time you call in, and best of luck to you. I'm sorry that you had to deal with that shit. I would cry too when I thought about that. Jesus Christ.
Thank you so much.
Round of applause for incredible storytelling, by the way. Thank you. What do you want the title for this story to be before you go?
I would say PTSD date, and I just want to mention one more thing before this.
Okay.
I had not been on a date for a year before this, so this was my first experience of dating after not dating for a year.
And doesn't that suck? Doesn't that fucking suck?
Yeah.
It's like you haven't been on a date for so long, and now you finally go out there, and then it goes fucking awful. It's like, all right, back to the penalty box. I'm just going to do my own thing and stay there for another year, and I'll come out when the coast is clear. And then, unfortunately, the best way to do this, after that date, you have to go on another date as soon as possible. And I know it sounds hard to do, but you cannot let this shitty date linger and make you feel like that's how men are. There are good guys out there. There are good girls out there. It's just very fucking hard to find. Flying Veda, thank you so much for calling in. I look forward to talking to you on the next Loveline.
Thank you.
Round of applause again for Flying Veda. Jesus fucking Christ. What a shit show. You guys have really been through some fucked up shit. God damn it. I didn't think I was going to get this fucked up. That guy is going to... What do we title that caller, chat? What do you guys think the title should be? Huge... I would honestly title that one Huge Jack Off, but we need something a little bit more specific or particular. That is the craziest goddamn thing I've heard in a while. PTS date. Oh, I like that. PTS date. I like that. We could keep that one around. Wow. Okay. Alcoholic jagoff. That also works. Our next caller is